Hello, and welcome to my very first video on this channel. I'm very excited about the topic today because it's not only one of my favorite topics to talk about, but it's also what I believe to be one of the most important topics, and that is how to raise your vibration. Now, the reason this is so important is because so many people are not happy. They want a different reality. They want their life to be different in some way. I don't know if I've ever met anyone who's just perfectly content and has everything perfect and they don't want anything in their life to change. If that is you, then maybe you don't need this video, but if it's not you and if there's anything in your life at all that you want to be different from how it currently is, listen up, because the secret to changing anything in your life is to change your vibration. And you've probably heard of it before if you are clicking on this video. But the whole idea of it is that everything in the universe is energy. We are energetic beings. Everything in the universe is made up of atoms. And as we know, scientifically speaking, the atom is way more energy than it is matter. So that means that what we're perceiving in our physical world is such a small percentage of reality. So this means that in order to change our reality, we actually need to stop focusing so much on the material world around us, and we need to put our attention on the energetic world. Long story short, we're gonna get right into it. How do you raise your vibration? I see a lot of information out there, a lot of videos, a lot of advice that says so many different techniques you can use, so many different things you can try to raise your vibration. And while I think a lot of this is true, for example, people say you can exercise, you can take a long walk, you can do XYZ. They often suggest activities that make you feel good. And that's true because feeling good is the secret to raising your vibration. At the same time, there's one thing that I think is the most important thing you have to do if you want to change your vibration, and that is changing your thoughts. There it is. That's the secret. If you want to change your life, if you want to change anything around you, you have to change your thoughts, because your thoughts create your feelings, your emotions, and your feelings are what create your energy. And your energy, based on the law of attraction, it's the way it works, is what attracts things into your life. So you've probably noticed that when you're feeling good, when you're feeling like you're on a high vibration, you probably just notice things around you are starting to flow. Strangers might come up to you and talk to you. Things just might start working out better. You have synchronicities, you have good luck going on in your life. And you've probably also noticed the opposite, where if you're feeling bad, you spill coffee on yourself, you get bad news, whatever it is. That's the law of attraction, because everything happening around you is just in direct correlation with how you're feeling. So in a way, it's good news because that means it's very simple. All you have to do to raise your vibration is to change your thoughts, because your thoughts, like I said, change your energy. Your thoughts affect your energy. So the tricky thing is that, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, 95% of our thoughts and behaviors are automatic. That means that we're kind of all running on autopilot, just having the same thoughts and behaviors every day. And that's why a lot of times we don't see changes in our life, because we might be doing things differently. We might be changing our schedule. We might be going to the gym more. We might be changing things up. But at the end of the day, we're still having the same automatic thoughts. So just to give an example, if you're going on a walk, you're trying something different because you want to change your energy, you want to change your life, it does have an impact. I don't want to say there's anything wrong with that, but if you're doing that and having the same thoughts, not much is going to change, because your thoughts are going to lead to you having the same energy, the same emotions, and that's what's going to attract the same things into your life. Whereas if you can do those things and have different thoughts, that's the key, and that's how you're actually going to start seeing changes happen. So again, how do you raise your vibration? You think better thoughts. And the key here is monitoring your thoughts closely. Like I said, 95% of our thoughts are automatic, so we're not even conscious that we're having these thoughts. That's why you have to start putting your energy on paying attention to what thoughts you're having throughout the day. So just to give an example, if you wake up in the morning and you're used to having those thoughts running on autopilot, your first thought might be, when your alarm goes off, ugh, another day of work. I can't believe I have to go commute. It's winter. I can't believe I have to go take the train in the cold or drive an hour to work, whatever it is. Stop yourself right there, because that thought is creating an emotion in you that's going to change your energy, and that's going to start creating your reality around you. So you have to nip it in the bud, and you have to change it right away and think anything positive. Just there's so many things in our lives to be grateful for. No matter who you are, it's not a privileged thing to say. Maybe it is. I shouldn't say that, but I just know that everybody in their life, no matter your situation, I know that you have something to be grateful for. So moments like these are when you need to reach deep within you and find something that makes you happy, something that gives you a positive emotion, and that's what you need to focus on. So to use that same example, when you wake up in the morning, as soon as you start thinking those thoughts, it's okay. We all think them. You can still have the thought and accept it, but then automatically stop yourself and say, I'm so excited that I get to go in the kitchen right now and make a cup of hot coffee, or I'm so excited that today is Thursday and tomorrow is Friday and then it's the weekend. I can't wait to see my friends on Saturday. I can't wait for XYZ. Whatever it is, it might seem like a little thing to do, but that has a profound effect on your energy, because those thoughts will start to have a ripple effect. You'll start thinking other thoughts, and then you're going to just automatically start changing your energy. And that is what changes the reality around you, because like I said, your energy is what directly affects what you're drawing into your life, what you're attracting to you. So to give another example, relationships. Relationships are, as one of my friends says, spiritual Red Bull. And I love this because that just says that relationships are like the hardest thing in our lives. It's something that we all struggle with. You can do everything in your life to try to reach enlightenment or achieve as much inner peace as possible. But as soon as relationships, as soon as other human beings are thrown into the mix, that's when things start to get a little more complicated. That's why I think it was Ram Dass who said, if you think you're enlightened, go spend a week with your family, because that's just how things are. Like, we humans are on this earth having to live together, interact with each other. We're all complex in our own ways, and it's difficult. It's not easy. So to give another example, this one might be a little more complicated or a little more difficult, but it's actually not, because the process is the same. It all comes down to changing your thoughts. But to give another example, if somebody says something to you that was kind of offensive, that's hard, right? At least for me, like, that changes my energy right away. Like, I automatically feel offended. I start to question, oh, what did I do wrong? Why are they mad at me? Maybe I'll get angry and be like, why is this person like that? Why do they, like, it just doesn't stop. My mind, at least I'll say my mind starts spiraling and thinking all of these negative thoughts that put me in a really negative emotional state. And then my day starts to go that way, because that's the energy that I'm in after that event of someone saying something to me. I decided to go along with it and change my thoughts about it and my energy. And then before I know it, my whole day is ruined because of something one person said to me. Instead, if somebody says something to you, again, I don't want to say it's not easy, because it can be easy. And the more we do it, the easier it gets, because that's how it works in our brains. The more you change your thought patterns, the easier it is to start automatically thinking more positive thoughts. But you can change your thoughts in response to somebody saying something negative to you. So if somebody says something negative, you might have the initial thought of like, oh, what did I do wrong? Or why are they like that? But then you can start forcing yourself to think more positive thoughts. So just think something more positive, like, oh, wow, she must be having a really hard day. You can even, something I like to do is like, what do I like about this person? What do I admire about that person? And that'll really start changing your thoughts. And that can really like alchemize the whole situation, the whole energy you had there. And then you might start seeing that after you start thinking those thoughts differently, since it does shift your energy, in just minutes, your whole interaction with that person might change. That's actually exactly what happens to me every single time I do something like that. Every time I change my emotional state in response to something someone says or in response to a negative interaction, as soon as you do that, you completely change the situation. And then you might see they start opening up to you. They might say nice things to you. The whole situation just completely changes. And if you really want to change your thoughts and your vibration, you really have to think greater than the environment you're in. And that's the key too. Like, no matter what situation you're in, no matter what environment you're in, have as positive of thoughts as possible. Like, your thoughts should be so much greater than the environment you're in, because that's going to completely change things. And then you'll find yourself eventually in a completely different environment because you will have changed your energy. And then you'll look back at that point in your life and be like, wow, I remember when I was in that environment. How did I get out of it? I thought different thoughts. I thought thoughts that were greater than the environment I was in. And that's how you change. A lot of people are stuck in the same routines, the same ways of doing things because they're thinking the same thoughts and they're thinking on the same like level of consciousness as the environment that they're in. But it's impossible to be in a different and better environment when your level of consciousness is the same. So that's why it's so important to raise your vibration, and that's why it's so important to change your thoughts in order to do so. And one more thing I want to say on this topic is a big part of raising your vibration is letting go. You have to really see yourself as an energetic being. You have to start seeing yourself as pure consciousness and put less focus on this physical body, because these physical bodies that we're in, as Buddha said, all life is suffering. He said that for a reason, because it is hard being a human on this earth. It's not easy. We've all had traumatic things happen to us in the past, and I don't want to minimize anyone's experience with that. But in order to truly rise above it, you have to let go of all of those beliefs you have about yourself from the past. Maybe you are used to thinking thought patterns like, I'll never have enough money, or people always take advantage of me, or people always treat me terribly, or even things like, I'm an introvert, I can never be social, I can never be the one in charge. These are all just thoughts you've created about yourself based on past experiences. But that old you doesn't exist anymore. You're literally just energy vibrating, and you can change this person that you are in any moment. And the way you do that is with your thoughts. So just start changing those thoughts you have about yourself. As soon as you notice you start thinking things like, oh, why do people always treat me that way? Or, oh, I don't have enough money, or, oh, people keep taking advantage of me. Again, stop yourself in your tracks and start to think more positive thoughts like, I'm so grateful for the money I do have, or look at all these people who are treating me so well, or just focus on the positive things in your life. That's going to change your feelings, and that's going to change your reality. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want it to be too complicated. I think sometimes this topic gets really complex and might turn people off because there's so many things to talk about and think about, and we can get really analytical and give so many different pieces of advice. And I know that I'm here just giving another piece of advice, but I really, if there's anything you take away from how to raise your vibration, it is that you have to just monitor your thoughts and think better thoughts. One of my friends says you have to be a sniper for your thoughts. Like, as soon as you notice a negative thought come in, just like shoot it down and think of a better thought. And the more you do that, the easier it'll get. You'll be changing your brain over time so that your new automatic thoughts will be positive ones. And those thoughts are going to put you in positive feelings. And those positive feelings are going to attract beautiful, positive, wonderful experiences and people into your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If any of it resonated with you, I would love to hear. Let me know in the comments below. Or if you have any experience with raising your vibration or changing your thoughts or energy or reality, I would love to hear that as well. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.